Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sani Shegun Kabir for those of you who are new here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I shot and color graded these images. So without wasting any much time, let's dive right into the video. We are currently in Capture One and this is the image we're going to be working with today. So I really like this image. I like the way the blue is hitting our skin. I like the color contrast. Yeah, it just looks really nice. So the first thing I'm going to show to you guys is I'm going to walk you through on how I shot the image. So to go into that, let's go to this picture over here. So this picture shows the behind the scenes of the image, and there are a couple of things I want us to pay attention to. So the first thing we're going to start with is the modifiers that I used for the shoot. So the first modifier here is an octabox. It's a small octabox. There's no grid on it. And the second modifier here is an optical snoot, which is directly behind our subject. The octabox is on my left, depending on when you're sitting, but from my end, it's on my left, and it's just angled at a 45 degree. It's angled at 45 degrees just to hit our model's face and a bit of her chest area. So I am using two continuous lights to create this shot. The first light is the Sufoto P100 RGB light, and the second light is the Amaran 60X bicolor light. So you're going to need an RGB light for this shoot just to get this effect. RGB means the light can go red, green, blue, indigo, and so on and so forth. So right now I have the light on blue inside the modifier, which is a soft source of light, just going to be hitting our subject face. Then I have the bicolor light, which is the Amaran 60X over here behind with the snoot, just to rim her. That's like my rim light. So this is my main light. The RGB light is my main light, and the Amaran 60X bicolor light is my rim light. So let's go to this other picture. So yes, when to color grade this image, here are a couple of things I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is probably pull up the shadows a bit, just to see what that gives me. Take it to like 11, add a bit of contrast, just some contrast. Then I would go down. I like to play with my Luma curve here, just to give it that edgy feel. I take the highlights up this way, then I pull the shadows down a bit. It's looking nice already. I'm going to add a bit of vignette to this. So we can already see like the blues. There are a lot of shadows in the blues, so I'm going to initiate that and just make it more profound. I'm going to add a bit more blues to the shadows, then some orange to the highlights, just a tiny bit. Okay, so if you can see, while adding the orange, it begins to desaturate the blue, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Basically, these are my colors. I really like blue and orange. They remind me of the cinema. They're very easy to color grade and they go very well together, as you can see from this picture. So yeah, I'm going to leave the highlights, still go down a bit, maybe see if I can just bring out the orange out a bit. So with color grading, everything is just all about how you're seeing it. So I like the way the orange is looking now. It looks a bit stronger. All I did was picked on this tool, went here, picked the color, and now I am adjusting it to higher. So you can also change the hue. So my idea for this shoot was to make my model look like she's on fire. I don't like the way the hue is here, so we'll take it back a bit. I'm also going to try and adjust the Kelvin to see what that looks like. Yes. So I'm taking it forward a bit just to make the orange pop more, and you can still see more of the blues. So for my Capture One edits, I don't really do a lot. Okay, let's see. I think I might dehaze a bit. No, not really. I think I'll leave it at like 13. Yeah, 13 looks good. Add a bit of saturation here. Just a tad bit of exposure, and yeah. So these are just the basic settings I normally do for Capture One. Let's see the before and after. I'm pressing Y on my keyboard for the before, after, before, after, before, after. As you can see, it's very, 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 very subtle. The differences are very, very subtle there. So yeah, this is basically what I would do in Capture One. Nothing too serious, nothing, just to bring out the image just a bit. So now right now once I'm done with my Capture One edits, I tend to export the picture to Photoshop. That's where we do more color work, more skin work, and just make the image better overall. So to take that to Photoshop, I'm going to right click and I'm going to click on Edit with Adobe Photoshop 2024. Yeah, so while that is loading, and yeah, Photoshop comes up, loading. Okay guys, so we are currently in Photoshop. We have done a bit of skin work where we use the mixer brush just to even out the shadows, and we use the healing brush just to remove some blemishes. I'm also going to remove some blemishes here. So what am I doing? So click on J, healing brush tool. We're going to remove some blemishes here, and yeah. So I don't know if you can also see this side. This side needs to be filled in. So what I'm going to do is press M on my keyboard. It gives me the marquee tool. And I'm going to draw all the way down. Shift and backspace, content aware, and that just quickly fills that area. So this is our image right now, and right now I want to color grade the image. So the first thing I like to do whenever I'm trying to color grade my image is apply a lot. So these are lots that I have created for my images. Like I use them as the base. I use them to get the feel or get a particular look I'm going for. I can do without them, but it just makes my work easier. Instead of spending a lot of time painting in the colors, I can just apply some of these lots and they help my image become better. So the first lot we're going to apply right now is one of my favorite lots. It works very well for this color, blue and orange. So I'm going to go to color lookup, I'm going to load lots, go to load 3D lots, and this place open. So this is where I keep all my lots, and the one we're going to use is called Cinema. I'm going to open that and see how it affects the image. So this is the before, this is after, this is the before, and this is after. So I like the way it looks, but I feel like it affected the image too much. So what I'm going to do is reduce the opacity. So to do that, I'm going to press V on my keyboard and press the number 40. I think 40 is okay, but I'll make it 50. So 50 halfway. 50 doesn't look bad at all. Another thing I would like to do is bring out some texture for my eyes. I want the eyes to be a bit more lively. They look kind of dull right now. So what I'm going to do is create a new layer. What I'm going to do is create a curves adjustment layer. Curves, where is that? Curves here. So I'm going to pull these curves all the way. So I don't mind how bright the image is. I'm just going to be applying this effect on only an eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Command I on my keyboard, and that will hide the adjustment that I just made. So I'm just going to press Command I, and that's hidden everything. So we're going to zoom into our eyes, and I'm going to go with my brush tool. And my brush tool, you see my flow is at 60 and the opacity is at 100. I'm using a Wacom tab to edit, so it's going to be a bit more subtle when I'm painting in the adjustments instead of using a mouse. Yeah, so this goes here and paint around the eyes just a bit. Same goes here for the highlights. Then just paint around the eyes just a bit. So let's zoom out. So I don't know if you can see it. There's the before, after, the before, after. So let me make the image full. Before, after. So it looks a bit too much. So I'm just going to reduce it a bit. So I'll press V and maybe make it 70. Yeah. So another thing I would like to do is sharpen her eyes. That way, once someone is viewing the image, your eyes are automatically just drawn to hers. So Command J to duplicate that. We're going to go to Filter. We're going to go to Sharpen, and we're going to go to Unsharp Mask. Press OK. So the whole effect has gone on the entire image, and we don't want that. I just want the effect on her eyes. So what I'm going to do is go to this mask tool here. I'm going to hold Option on the Mac and press that. So that would hide the entire adjustment. So we're going to zoom into our eyes, go in with our brush tool, and we're just going to paint only our eyes subtly. As you can see, it gets kind of darker. It gets kind of sharper. Very, very subtle. So I don't like to do the before, after, before, after. Very, very subtle difference. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to affect the colors of our image a bit more. With color grading, I just like to bring out the colors I already see in the image, and we see a lot of blue and orange. So the first thing now I want to do is let's attack the orange. Let's make it a bit more reddish and strong. Like I feel like the hue is not too strong, so I want it to be a bit more strong, just to show that she's on fire. So to attack the orange, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to selective color. Selective color, then I'm going to go to the yellows. So when we go to the yellows, I'm going to drag this back. I don't like this hue, kind of. Okay, this is not looking bad. Okay, let's give us 50. Yeah, then we're gonna add some blacks to the yellow just to make it stand out more. Awesome. I don't know if you guys can see the difference here. Let me just go. If you can see the difference around here, you will notice that the hue of the yellow has changed and it looks much more richer just right here. Go back to the full image, looking at that again. Yes, I like how it looks. So on this same selective color, we are now going to adjust the blues. Let's go. So with the blues, we're going with the cyan. No, I don't like how this looks, so let's take it a bit more. Leave at 25. Let's see if we make this darker or light. So we can make it just a bit lighter, just to, so we can see our image just a bit clearly. Oh, this is looking really, really good already. So far so good. Let me see if I draw the yellows. Yeah, makes the blue come out more. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add it because I prefer the tint this way. It looks kind of cleaner. So guys, with color grading, honestly, you just need to pull and push here and there. There's really no right way to do it. It's all about experimenting and practicing. You need to practice and experiment to be able to get out your own style with color grading. So what we're going to do right now is, after looking at this, I'm going to go to hue and saturation. So with hue and saturation, I'm going to make this very, very saturated. So guys, so what I'm looking for here is I'm not looking at the entire image, I'm just looking at the orange, because I want the orange to pop out more. So yeah, I like the way it looks here. This is 14. Looks good, yeah. I like the way it has affected the entire image. The yellow looks very strong and rich. The blue looks strong and rich. You can tell there's a bit of color contrast with the image, which I absolutely love. Yeah. So I think that's basically everything. Let's look at what we have done with the before. This is what the image looked like before, and this is what the image looks like after. We'll do that again. Before, after. One more time. Before and after. I think I'm good. I really like how the image looks right now. Nothing too fancy. You know, just the basics. One more time with the before and after. Yes. So yeah, I really like how this image looks now. I like the way the red is looking on her shoulder and coming here and everything. I really like the feel of the image and all. So guys, yeah, this is how I color grade most of the time. I really like the color contrast I created in this image, and it looks really good. One more time with the before and after. Very, very subtle differences. I didn't do too much. Just very subtle. So this looks good right now. And yeah, and we didn't do a lot of layers, you can see. So just to do a recap, the first thing we did was remove the blemishes. So this is the before. We first removed the blemishes and even out the background. We then sharpened the eyes. We added a lot to give our image a feel. Then we did some selective coloring. Then we went to hue and saturation just to bring out the colors even more. And to bring out a catlight in the eyes, we added a bit of curves there. And that is how we have color graded this image successfully. So guys, that is how I color grade my images in Capture One and Photoshop. Most of the time I plan out my colors, so it's easier for me to just color grade in the software. So I hope you learned something from this video. If you do, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends, and please subscribe. It goes a long way. So yeah, thank you for watching the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.